If you're looking for a fresh new salad idea this holiday season, come join me in the kitchen. Hi, welcome to Juliana's Kitchen. It is my favorite season of the year, which means it's harvest season. And today I'm going to teach you how to make a beautiful harvest salad, which you can do a whole bunch of different variations to it to make it suit your fancy. And it's perfect for Thanksgiving dinner or any cozy meal. So if you'd like to learn how to make this, hit that like button, subscribe, and come along with me, and I will show you how. Here's a sampling of some of the ingredients we're going to use. You can use yellow beets or red beets and pine nuts or walnuts, goat cheese for sure. And then I'm going to use fennel today, but I have a couple other variations that you can use as well if you're not a fennel fan or you want to do it budget friendly. The first thing we need to do is get our beets cooked. So you want to wash them, trim the tops off, and put them in about 1 inch of water and just steam them on the stove until you can pierce them with a fork and they're soft. The simplest way to peel your beets once you've boiled them is probably to do it in your kitchen sink, just because beets can get messy. And have a pair of rubber gloves on, but you can see how all I did was rub it, and the beet skin and the top, everything comes off nice and easy, just like that. We're going to prep the orange first. The nicest way to use your orange in a salad or to present it is to actually cut the peel off like this, rather than just peel it, because then you don't get that pithy looking edge. It's just nice, vibrant orange. So cut the peel off of a couple of oranges. There are no measurable quantities for this recipe because it's just based on how many people you have coming for dinner. And I'm going to just get a couple prepped so I can show you a couple variations. In this salad, I'm going to use some fennel. If you're not a fan of fennel, you can use endive, or if you want to do the economy version, you can actually just use bok choy. But I'm going fancy today for your sake, and we are going to use some fresh fennel. It's kind of got a licoricey flavor, so it's an excellent contrast with all the other flavors we're going to add to the salad. So this you want to slice into as thin as you can get away with, kind of about, a 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch. Makes it nicer in your salad. And I'm just going to slice it into rings, and then we'll get to the beets and I'll put it all together and show you these variations next. The next thing we want to do is slice up your beets. So for one of these variations, I'm going to leave them in big circles, and then one I'm going to cut them up. A couple of my kitchen hacks is do not do this on a white cutting board if you don't have to, because it will stain. So I have this nice burgundy one. If you want one too, there's a link in the description if you're interested. Then the other variation, because I'm going to show you a couple variations, I am going to cut it into quarters and then slice it. The two variations I'm going to show you how to do today, both can be made ahead and wrapped and put in the fridge until it's time to serve, so they're really handy for Thanksgiving Day. I'm just going to do one version where it's on a single plate, so you can see how you can make it fancy. Oh darlings, we each get our own salads. And then I'm also going to show you one large platter style that you can use for family style serving. For the individual plate salad, you just want to have as many plates as you have guests, and start with a bed of greens. And one of the favorite greens I like to use with this one, because it's an interesting flavor combo, is arugula. But you can also use those fancy artisan greens and just make a nice little bed on your plate. And then for this one, I'm going to do the one where I said let's save the full rings of all the vegetables and fruit that we cut. And then you just set them around the plate, trying not to get beet stains on the fennel, so be careful. And it's up to you how many per guest you do, how big a salad you want everyone to have. You may need to wash your fingers or your hands in between each layer so that you don't, if you find you're getting beet stains on the fennel. Otherwise, just like that. And then if you want to use pine nuts or walnuts, you just put a little sprinkling of those on top. I'm going to use pine nuts on this one. And then goat cheese just adds, goat cheese crumbles. I don't think you can cut goat cheese into little teeny pieces like this. So buy the product that's called goat cheese crumbles for this. And then you would just wrap this and leave it in the fridge until it's time for dinner, and put the dressing on just before you serve it. So that's how you do the individual size salad. For the larger platter style salad, I never do this as a tossed and mixed in a bowl because it doesn't present the same. So you want to get a platter like a quiche dish or something like that, a shallow platter or plate. And same thing, you just want to use your bed of mesclun greens, whatever variety of greens you choose for lettuce. So it starts with the bed. And then because it's going to be done family style, this one works out better if we actually chop up the fennel into more bite-sized pieces. You could do the rings. You could do a whole big presentation of the rings there. That would be pretty and festive, like a wreath as well. But for this example, I'm just showing you the other option, how you put your fennel on first. Then I would say you put your orange pieces on and some beets. Did the beets last because if I did them first, then I'd be getting beet stains all over all the other vegetables. But look at all the beautiful fall colors we're getting here. You see, it's kind of like making a pizza salad. And then again, if you wanted to do the budget version, instead of fennel, you would use bok choy. And if you want to do more Mediterranean style, well, fennel is Mediterranean, but more Mediterranean style, you would use endive. You could do a star shape of endive pieces. And on this one, I'm going to just add a little bit of walnut instead of pine nut. And of course, you need goat cheese on this one because the goat cheese just blends so beautifully with the beets. And look at how beautiful it is too. So on here you also want to do a little bit of pepper. And you can leave the salt for your company. And you can also wrap that one up and put it away and have it for dinner when your guests arrive. And I'm sure some of you are going, what about the dressing? Well, the best dressing I find for this salad is just clean old classic olive oil and balsamic vinegar. But if you want to make it a little fancier so your guests have something they can individually drizzle on their salad, then just use a jar, salad shaker, or whatever, and you put about, I would say, a little bit more olive oil than balsamic, and just put them together. And shake it. The more you shake it, it'll eventually turn into this really nice emulsified salad dressing. If it doesn't get emulsified and thick like a salad dressing, that means you have a bit too much vinegar. So add a little more olive oil and you're good to go. You can put that in a fancy container and have your guests pour it individually, or you can drizzle it over the salad before you present it. Either way, you are going to be a star when people try this salad because it is delicious. If you enjoyed cooking with me and you want to come play some more in the kitchen, please subscribe and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.